These people are sick. These people, that's all they do. That's all they have time to do. Your life doesn't mean anything. We can say Black Lives Matter, but whites can't say white life matters. Police can't say blue life matters. How self-righteous are we being when we say our life is the only life that matters? Is that not racist? I mean, help me out here. Is that not racist? And then when you look at the organization themselves, come on, man. Again, the delusional illusion of vision. You have to have vision. You have to have purpose. But you have to understand that you are a human being first, before you are black, before you are white, before you are yellow, before you are anything, you are a human being. God is not going to change the condition of the people who are black, who are white, who, and so on and so forth. The condition is based on the whole mankind gravitating with effort, gravitating back towards the alignment with his will for us. That ain't going to happen. You know that already. It's written already. It's written already. One group of people, animals in pairs, brought forth the same damn thing that the other ones did. Why? How many times has this world been started over? Ask yourself that. But the quickest reference is Noah. The movement of mankind pre-Noah. Look at the condition of mankind. Post-Noah. Look at the condition of mankind. It didn't change. Nothing changed. Noah was given a task. Noah was given a task. He brought along with him people who weren't given that task. They were his family. Noah's condition didn't change. Noah just followed guidance. He didn't have anybody around him who had been given that guidance. He was the giver of the guidance. But he too had questions and he fell off. But this is post-Noah. And we still have the same conditions of mankind. I am by no means some ideological expert, no holy roller. I have studied religion starting back in 1988. I studied the Quran. I went to Quranic studies. I studied the Bible. I studied the Torah. I read all of the stories. I read everything. And I've come away from it still with unanswered questions. And I just chose, at this point in my life to live a spiritual life, not a religious life, because that too is inclusive in the divide that happens with our people. Plain and simple. Who did Christ follow? Who did Jesus Christ follow? He didn't follow Christianity. Did Abraham follow? Joseph, Lot. Wait, who did they follow? What religion did they follow? No, they didn't follow religion. It's guidance. The Quran says it, and it is guidance. In these scriptures is guidance. The divide was threaded through. It's never been anything that with evidence to say that this was, we ain't supposed to, and leave these people alone. Jesus never once said, well, no, you get up from this table. No, you do what? Nah, you can't be. But no, it was none of that. But people do that. People do that. Human beings do that. And you call yourself a believer. How do you call yourself a believer when you ostracizing everybody who doesn't think like you, who's not equally yoked, right? If I believe, I believe. That's what you want me to do. You want me to believe in God. You want me to believe there's a God. Then you want me to trust and have faith in God. But it has to be according to what we say right here. That circle. It has to be that. Listen, I listened to Charlie Kirk enough to come to understand a lot of things, especially when it came to religion. And again, I have my own, whatever you practice, practice something. If it works for you, it works for you. But until you get in touch with your humanity, until you get in touch with your purpose, until you get in touch with how you serve, right? Until you get in touch with that, it's going to continue. It's not going to change because the misinformation now is so deeply embedded that change is impossible. It's impossible. Only thing you can do now is try to save your soul. Save your soul. Trying to jump on board with these different agendas and thinking it's going to make a difference in life is a farce. There's no truth to it. You have your own evidence about life, for real. If you really want to change, if you really want to see a difference, right? Change your own thinking. Change your own thinking. See the people that you choose to follow. Now I want you to think. The people who you choose to follow, right? How much do they really give a damn about you? Their focus is on their agenda, what they want to get from you. I want something from you. You think I do this show and don't want something from you? Yes, I do. I want you to look at your own evidence and change and improve your life so you can pass it on to change and improve the lives of those you are tasked with being responsible for. That puts at bay the demonic course of destruction. It's coming to an end. It's inevitable. But we're stronger. This is where mankind's condition can be helped by God. You just got to look at what it is that you're reading. Mankind's condition has to change. You change what it is that you're doing. You give those who you are tasked with the responsibility of caring for, and you teach them right. See, we're not teaching the content. We're teaching the text. So you're just giving people words. Testimony forced you into religion. Think about it for a minute. Before I started embracing Islam in 1988, right? I was living a life. I was still blessed every day. Got a story that happened back when I was about 4 or 5 years old. Was a moment for me. I was too young to understand what a testimony was. But I was encountered directly. And I'll never forget the moment. The hell that I took myself through for all those years was because of my own resistance. My own resistance. I was already touched by an angel. Oh no, I'm not delusional at all. I was already touched by an angel. during one of the most pivotal times of my growth and development, being 4 or 5 years old. That's the most pivotal time for a child. Most people who engage in religion have a testimony of being down and out, of that last hurrah of trying to be saved. I gotta no. See, it's one thing to know there's a God. There's another thing to see evidence of somebody else's of God, but there's a whole different thing when you feel God. You have to know God, not scripture, not varied surahs and ayats. You have to know God in order to see the change. So my agenda for these shows has always been about, first and foremost, my purpose, because this is what I do. I've done it professionally for 30 years, right? As a clinician, I've done it in every aspect of my life. My music, if you've never listened to my music, go listen to my music. Listen to the words. Listen to what I'm saying in the words, right? How many times have you even listened to my music? Go listen to it. Hey, Nick, Jose. Hey, Jose, see you hanging in there. Thanks for. Listen, you guys could be doing anything else on a Saturday morning than sitting here listening to my mouth, and I so appreciate it, because you don't have to be listening to me, right? But again, it falls into what it is that I'm saying about why I do this show. I know that I've been blessed. No, I don't consider myself to be highly favored. That's just arrogance. I know that I'm blessed because I'm talking, I'm walking, I'm above ground again today. That's all I have. I don't have the whole day. I have the moment. I could sit here right now and die. I'm not afraid of death. I don't fear death. Why would I fear something that is part of life? I don't know when the moment's going to come. Keep making all these plans about next week, tomorrow. Man plans, God laughs. Because we ain't in charge. Listen to what I'm saying. Man plans, God laughs. I think a Public Enemy, actually, I think that was the title of the album or a single. But think about it for a minute. There's but one who can take away your day, can change all of your plans, can lead you in a direction of possibilities that you thought was once impossible. He makes possible what seemed impossible. You can sit down and not get up in your head and just sit and be quiet and see the change happen without effort. Is it you who did it? No. You sat and did nothing. How many times have you just lost your damn mind over a particular thing and thought somebody was going to do this and somebody, well, he don't like me, he ain't going to hire me, so on and so forth. And then you get the call. You hired for the position. Oh, what? How many times have you done it? So that's why I say this show will never be a viral show. I'm okay with that. This is part of my purpose. So it's not just the fact that it represents Daddy's Right Here, a nonprofit family services organization that seeks to decrease father absenteeism, that we do workshops, we do classes on parenting, that we do lectures, that we do, seminars, we do all these things. But this show has been here. I think I've been doing this. Daddy's Right Here, the nonprofit, started in 2006. I think March 2006. It was my thesis project, and I just found my thesis the other day. I got some stuff out of storage, and I finally went through this bin. But I think 2006, 2007 is when I started the annual functions and I started recording them and putting them on YouTube. Yeah, I think the very first video that you'll see on there was when I was doing the Daddy's Right Here annual event, where I had this orange shirt on and whatnot. But if so, I've been doing this. There, and it changed in terms of names. It was Saw Spot. It was the Wise View, where there was I had some guys, my brother, Joe Austin, who is the president of Daddy University, brother Shakur, who has a nonprofit organization, something heart. But he started that. Then I had a couple other guests and stuff on. But the Wise View was about men. Y chromosome. And it was just men, and we were just talking about things. Then it went to back to Daddy's Right Here. So it was different names, but Daddy's Right Here has always been the foundation of that journey, and I continued to do it. So when I gave events, people hardly showed. There was people don't want that. If you have an artist or something like this, and some like Lorraine Ballard, Merle, you'll relate to that. If you have somebody from the local radio station there, everybody shows up. Everybody shows up, but that's all they come for. That's the draw. That's to get them there, because you really listen. If you connect with one, the job is done. But the same way with Kamala Harris, when she brought all these shake your ass, drop it like it's hot females out to do it, and then after that event was over, they all left. Right, but it was the draw. It got them there, and that's what unfortunately, that's what the society reeks of right now. It's like you got to have names. Like Mr. John is not important. Miss Mary up the street, who sits on the stoop all the time and knows every damn body. They were important to us. We allow other things and other people to be brandished before us as being important, and they're not important. They're not important. Right? People who are truly important are taken away from us. People who are truly important are taken away from us. Charlie Kirk was one of those people who was taken away from us because of what he represented. Agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I don't agree with everything my mother has to say. Charlie Kirk was one of those people who was taken away from us. The shift, you have to understand this. There was a shift that was happening. Now the shift is in full tsunami mode. We had that as blacks. We had the Malcolms. We had the Martins. The shift was happening. What happened with the tsunami? And that's the kind of stuff that Charlie Kirk talked about. Okay, yeah, this happened, that happened, and so on and so forth. What has happened over the past 150 years? You keep pounding on 400. What has happened since then? Oh, well, we tried such and such, and see what they did there. What has happened since then? I retired and I started e-commerce store. Put together a tent, started a pop-up. All the money made on the street. Ask yourself how many lawnmowers could you have bought? Ask yourself how many auto mechanic tools have you bought? You can go to a flea market. You can go to anywhere and buy a whole bunch of stuff and establish right in your own community. Mechanics. No, you listen to what I'm saying to you. No matter, here's what I found. No matter what it is that we do in society, we are always criminalized and not even criminals. Right? I just went to the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles because I had ordered a personalized plate. And not even thinking, a couple of weeks afterward, I made a decision It wasn't impulsive. It was just something that I needed to follow through. I made a decision to sell my car. The highest value for my car was $34,000 in Blue Book value. I was able to get 30. I got 31,250, right, which is still great because they were, I accept that. But had I waited beyond that, I wouldn't have gotten that same value. That value would have dropped. This enabled me to pay my car off. Retired. I hardly go anywhere, right? Not doing a whole lot. But that's $1,300. It was actually $1,600 because of the insurance I was paying on the other vehicle. But $1,300, right, that I was putting out every month, and I'm trying to build a business, right? I love my Charger. For those of you who don't know, I loved my Charger. I love the convenience of having a car out there just to jump in. But I wasn't jumping in, and it wasn't doing a whole lot with it because we have another vehicle. My previous employer rented a vehicle for me every week, but I had $30,000 just sitting on my driveway. And here I'm in here, like, making ends meet, making sure bills and stuff like that is getting paid, but keeping it very close, but putting it in a position where I'd have to sacrifice some of those responsibilities and decrease some of those payments because I want to get this piece of equipment. This is going from being a loft to being an office to being a retail store. Yeah, I could show you the camera and just show you it's a retail store in here. I'm going to show it to you. I keep saying that. I'm going to keep. It's a retail store. AleneForYou.net. This is a retail store now. We have online platforms. Alene for You is the primary. We have stuff on Etsy, Contrato, Shopify, Interest Print, P Print, Printy 6. We have merchandise on all of those. Right now, I'm in a process of expanding to get Amazon, TikTok, Walmart, and a host of others. Online merchant marketplace. But you have to make the sacrifice. So I sacrificed my car. Now, because the 3-year-old's going to school, so now I have to rent a car. But I did research and I found a place that I can rent a car. $9, $10, $11, a day. Good cars. There's nothing wrong with them. Go down Palm Beach International Airport. There's Easy Rent, which is located in the Hilton down there off of Belvedere. I was like, what? So I went from spending $40 a day using Uber to paying $10 a day, ultimately $40 a week. So about 10, 20, 30. Yeah, of course, Sunday to Thursday, because I get it on Sunday, so I can be ready to take the kids to school and take it back on Thursday. So that means I'm on average, you put it out, I'll spend $400 a week. A month, $400 a month versus $1,300. So I'm still $900 ahead. So I can still buy more equipment because we ordered some a larger sublimation unit. You can get a larger DTF unit, right? You have to invest. You have to make sacrifices, right? I miss my car. But what I'm saying is that you have to make sacrifices. But you have to understand that ain't none of y'all responsible for me. None of y'all responsible for me. And I'm not responsible for none of y'all. You make your own decisions. Don't follow me because you get along with me, and then as soon as I say something that you're in disagreement with, you part ways with me. You follow me. But accept the fact that every last one of us is going to fail you. At some point in time, I'm going to fail my wife. At some point in time, I'm going to fail my children. At some point in time, anybody, everybody, somebody in your circle is going to fail you. And they can be very small things. Very big things. It depends on the person, depends on the relationship, depends on their condition. I enjoy being by myself. Most of my life, if you ever see me out and about, I've been by myself. Haven't had a physical confrontation with anyone since 1977. Listen to what I'm saying to you. Listen to what I'm saying to you. I believe that I am protected. I carry myself with that kind of faith, with that kind of foundation. I walk with my head up high. I just telling my wife and I do marriage counseling. I would just tell the counselor how I understand who I am. My presence is intentional. I don't walk into a room with my head down. I walk into a room commanding, demanding the respect because I give it. Because I give it to everybody. Because I recognize people as I come past them. Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's up? Yeah, what's going on? I don't, because I'm no. You got to remember. You have to remain humble. But my actions, my presence is intentional. It's intentional. I command. Yeah, I command the environment. And what I mean is I can be in an environment where nobody in there knows me, right? But I will walk into that room and make my presence known just in how I conduct myself. That's God. That's God. I'm not going to cower to any situation. I'm not going to be haughty. Not telling you that it doesn't present. It's been part of my condition. It's part of humanity's condition. It's up to you to keep the devil at bay. The devil is not over somewhere else within you. You have to see where the devil exists, the internal battle. If you don't think that you have an internal battle, if you don't think that there's a spiritual battle that's taking place within you, then why are you acting this way? Why are you act this way now and then over that way you act? Well, that's delusional illusion of vision. You have to see those kind of things. You have to see those kind of things. Lizelle Monty Virgin, if I'm saying it incorrectly, please forgive me. Asmara, what's happening, brother? How you? You have to begin to take an honest look at yourself. I don't need people in my circle. I like people in my circle, and when I look at a circle, I look at, the wedding ring is a circle, right? People that you have around you are a circle. Sometimes that circle can get around your neck and strangle you and choke the life out of you because we're trying to be in these different circles. My focus is on just being a good person, being a good person, being respectful of others, right? Doing what it is that I know I'm supposed to do, and if I'm supposed to be better at it, I do it. You know, my wife said, well, let's do counseling. Well, we all have challenges. Well, that's fine. I even let the counselor know, listen, I've been a clinician for 30 years, but I'm going to allow you to do what you do. Right? I'm gonna allow you to do what you do because this is needed, because it benefits the whole. Is that there's something that I'm missing that I need to improve, and I want to know what it is. Because I know my presence, and I know that I can make people feel, I can intimidate, not intentionally wanting to bring harm, but I'm not just going to let you come with the yin yang stuff. Right? I'm not going to just let you have that conversation with me. I'm not going to just let you stand around me and talk to me in any unacceptable manner. Some people think that they can do that they can just, no, you're not going to do that. No, you're going to be respectful. Right? So I know how that character of me can make someone, and I don't want my wife to feel that way. So it's things that I got to learn about myself, how I affect her. See, you can love a person, but you have to learn how to love a person the way they need to be loved as well. So give me all the love you got, but I need for you to learn how to love me the way I need to be loved as well. We have too many people who are loving people in the way they want to love the other person, but then we don't want to learn how to love that person the way they need to be loved. And a lot of times we don't have the capacity to do it because we're too selfish. We want to be loved. We want to do it our way. No, you can't just love me any kind of way. You can't. You can't. You got to learn how to love me the way I need to be loved. Right? Um, there's a lot that comes along with being a human being. It's a lot that comes along with that. The flight attendants always tell you when that thing drop down, save yourself first. Put the mask on yourself first. You can get another child. You can get another spouse. Don't you try to save your spouse first. You save you first. You save yourself first, and then you go back and you save your family. That's in scripture. How are you going to save your family? How are you going to care for your family if you're not present? So you save yourself first. Part of saving yourself is taking a look at what it is that you have integrated into your belief system. How have you allowed this person to guide you? I'll listen to you. I'll listen to you. There's no man who I am going to internalize and absorb the information in the capacity to make it mine. There's no man in existence. I like what you have to say. I like that. If I disagree, I have to ask myself, why do I disagree? See, we only want to be in agreement. We only want to be liked. We don't want to be disliked. Because I don't mess with you don't mean I dislike you. I just don't mess with you. I'm not going to disrespect you. Some people I don't have respect for because of certain conduct they have. Doesn't mean that I'm going to be disrespectful because I'm not a disrespectful person. But you will know how I feel about your presence in a respectful manner. Right. I don't disrespect people. Right? Especially when we're together and I don't respect you, but I won't disrespect you. But we have a task that needs to be met. So you're going to voice your view, your perception on how you think that your capabilities can bring about change, and I'm going to do the same, and we're going to move forward. The problem is we don't know how to do that. I've been to too many tables where people are very haughty. Oh, well, I know Mayor so-and-so or me and Senator so-and-so was cool. Okay. You think Senator or Mayor so-and-so really gives a damn about you? You are delusional. Again, goes back to the title of the show, The Delusional Illusion of Vision. So you think because you know this person, that this person is in your pocket, that this person is going to give you what you need. So that's why we cool. No, they're not. Give a damn about you. Not even thinking about you. I'm not thinking about one particular person when I do these shows. I think about purpose. I think it's good information, great information, if you want to, really change your condition as a person. My blood pressure since I retired has gone from 170, 180 to 120, my last doctor visit. Ain't never been that. I keep my circle small. I keep my conversation, well, not on this platform. I keep my conversations short, direct to the point. I don't indulge in all that old kiki gossip kind of stuff. I don't have those kind of people around me. You find that the smaller your circle, the less the stress. I'm telling you. I don't have time for that. That's what's killing you. Your circle will kill you before those outside of your circle. They will drain you. They will suck the life out of you. They will suck the life out of you. You have to take a realistic look at you. You have to. You have to take a realistic look at yourself, or you can continue to try to live according to the expectations of another man, and you will never meet those expectations. Man will never meet your expectations. If you're married to somebody, they're a human being. They will never fully meet your expectations. You need to stop having those expectations. There are just some obvious parts of the relationship that must be present. If they're not present, then you move on. It's no sense in trying to argue with a person who has not presented you with those. They're written, but they're going to fail you. I'm going to fail you. And not in the sense of infidelity or any of those things like that. Is I'm going to lie to you. And sometimes the lie is because you just don't need to know. Sometimes the lie is that I just want you to continue to feel good about you. Yeah. Now think about what that means, what that looks like. You say, no, I'm not going. No, I don't want no man. Okay. When you say, baby, I'm getting thick back here, you'd be like, nah, babe, you look good. You good. You good. I just lied to you. Doesn't mean anything negative. It means I know that's going to be a struggle. I know that's an area of struggle for you. So why would I sit back and say, nah, you need to do something about that? Now, if it becomes a health risk, then we need to have a conversation. But we're going to have a conversation about the risk as a result of not feed into what you're telling yourself about that particular condition. It's a difference. So you got to take a look at, just because you don't smoke, drink, this, that, and the other, somebody else does, that don't make you better than them. That's your perspective. That I feel like this, and this only destroys your life. But you don't take a look at the whole picture. The big picture is nothing we ingest is safe. None of the food is safe. None of what we drink is safe. None of what we breathe is safe. None of it. You think because you're a practicing Christian, you're a practicing Catholic, you're a practicing Muslim, you're a practicing Jew, that you're above all others? That's all you're doing is practicing. Practicing builds perfection. So a lot of y'all out there just practicing rhetoric and regurgitating rhetoric and can't fully explain or attach it to life. You can't answer the question. You can't live because you don't know. You're just using words. And it's not reflected in your character. It's not reflected in how you present yourself. It's just things that, that I look at, that I see people and be like, well, I know you're making an effort. You're making an effort based on some narrative that somebody pushed out, that you need to talk this way if you're a Muslim. You need to talk this way if you're a Christian. You need to dress this way. You need to wear the symbols and the signs so somebody knows. But somebody should know without even those things at all. Yeah, they should know that. How could you be in such disagreement with a person to want to take their life? Charlie Kirk didn't deserve that. It's a voice like anybody else, man. Martin Luther King didn't deserve that. Robert Kennedy didn't deserve that. John. And we go down the list, man. Malcolm. For an opinion? For a right to voice that opinion? And you don't see where your heart is that filled with hate that you can rejoice in somebody's death because you didn't agree with them. I sure as hell don't want to be in your circle. I don't want you in my damn circle. Not if you thinking like that. That's foolish. That's foolish. And there's nothing in that kind of thinking. Nothing is going to show where you believe, a true believer in God. Nah. Nah. And that's why the song that I played before this show is so important. But my music won't get, again, that will never reach the charts. It'll never reach the living rooms and vehicles of a lot of people because people don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear hit a nigga, kill a nigga, knock a nigga out. That's what you want to hear. You want to watch the fight tonight and you want to see somebody get their head taken off. You want to watch the football game tomorrow and you want to watch somebody get nailed and don't get up and just sit there in the same breath and say, oh my God, I hope he's okay. We listen, man. Take a look at your own humanity. Take a look at your own condition. I don't give a damn what you think about me. I don't. It's between me and God. It ain't between me and no man. And it took me a long time to learn that. Somebody gonna always have something to say about you. Somebody gonna always throw something at you. Always. Oh, and I was talking about the policy. I was talking about how yesterday, day before yesterday, yesterday, I went to the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles because I had ordered a tag for my car, a personalized tag, one Aline. My wife has two Aline, and I went there because they had called me and they said, "Hey, well, listen, what happened to the car?" I wasn't even thinking when I made the decision to sell the car about the tag itself because I think, okay, well, I didn't think, okay, I knew I sold the car and I realized I had the tag coming to. I said, okay, well, I'll continue to pay for the tag because the tag now belongs to me because that's what it says. It's your tag, right? You bought it. So if I had an accident, why would I have to surrender the tag? Like you got to surrender something you paid for. And the woman said, well, we just, the state wants your tag. Like, how is that your tag? Like we continue to be raped by these systems. So anyway, I'm saying, okay, so if I had an accident with my car, I still have the tag. The tag has to be turned in because it's your tag. But I paid for the tag. Y'all didn't give me the tag. I had to pay for it. And then you want your tag back. Like, when did that happen? So they actually suspend your license. I got a ticket a couple of years back. I hadn't had a ticket since 96 was the last time I had a ticket. Switching lanes. How else do you get ahead of traffic? 4 lanes of traffic going 60 plus miles an hour without doing some speed. I'm thinking, well, you're allowed to use enough speed to overtake the slower vehicle and then resume. But no, I got a ticket for going across 5 lanes to get to the far left lane at 70. What do you clock me at? 70, 65, 70, 80, 85. I had to, like, dude, how did you expect for me to get off into the other side? I got to get off there. Anyway, but didn't know they suspended my license. Like, never got any kind of notification. But it's like, if this happens, this is what happens on this end. Like, well, who knows that? So I'm driving around all this time. My license has been suspended because of a ticket that was paid for, right? That was fought by an attorney that was paid for, and you still got, like, but I was supposed to come in there after this. And it's like now, I had a violation of Uniform Firearm Act back in 1981, carrying my firearm, but I was carrying it. It was in the box. It was fully loaded. I didn't know. I got bad information that if you're going to transport it, put it in the box and seal it. I didn't know like you got to unload it. But anyway, I got the VUFA. 1981 resulted in a 1-year non-reporting probation in 1981. In the state of Pennsylvania, you get a disability attached to you. That means you can't buy, sell, own, possess, trade a firearm. 40 years ago. Didn't hurt nobody. Wasn't any allegations of intended hurt. I was carrying it without a license. That's what they got me for. Violation. 40 plus 41 years. For misdemeanor 3, mind you. And I have a disability upon me. It's like I'm not even a felon. This is a misdemeanor 3 case. And you strip me for life. Where's the rightness in that? Where's the rightness in that? Why should I have to go to court? Once the probation time was served, why wasn't it removed? Why is it still there? They don't tell you these kind of things. There's nothing in any paperwork that I have that ever told me any of those things. Of course, the public defender defends the public. He's not going to defend me. Didn't tell me that. There's nothing in no paperwork that I have. Probation, it just says 1 year probation, non-reporting, the cost to find, that was end of it. Nothing else. A misdemeanor 3. And here, my case is held. I'm like a felon. I'm treated worse than a felon. And never did anything to harm anybody. Just 40 plus years later. 1981 this happened. Right? But they have like 3-4 different policies on his tags, on his plates. My wife, because she can keep her old tag because she got a replacement tag, so she can keep. What sense does that make? Either you can keep it or you can't. Or you can't. The information is still attached to me. It's still my plate. But I didn't try to give the lady grief, but I'm simply saying, don't make sense. Department of Human Services in Philadelphia. All those children that we saw die in the hands of other people. But when my grandson, Bruce Chenault Jr., needed help because he was heading down the wrong path, and we went to them, the mother went to them, nothing. Oh, well, we can't do nothing for him because he's not part of the system. So he has to be locked up in order to get some kind of help. Same thing happened here in Florida. Department of Children and Families. We went to them for help for our child. Trying to get service. No, well, hey, well, we can't make them. And no, and but you come here because somebody picked up the phone and called you and said, hey, there's a problem at that house. And the idiot who called them called with an allegation that didn't even make sense. Simply because of a decision a child made, not because of something the parents were involved with, but what a child, and y'all show up for that. But when we call you, when you come and we say, hey, well, listen, this is what's happening with the child. Can you help us? Oh, we can't help you until, well, unfortunately, they get locked up. We don't have any services. We can't. Well, you got to go through. But they will come and take your child at the blink of an eye. At the blink of an eye. And send the child where? To somewhere where they're really going to be abused because that person is just collecting a check for them. We care and love that child. So we try to get help, and you can't give us that. But you can send them somewhere else, pay somebody else to keep that child that you took out of my home because of some struggles and challenges instead of helping with the struggles and challenges. So we're always criminalized. We're always criminalized. But it's people at the local level of government who we keep putting into office who haven't changed a damn thing about any of this and know it exists. Know it exists. That's how you address stuff. You start putting people's asses out of office. You start holding them accountable. We want you here at this meeting at this time. Stop telling us you can't come. Stop sending us some representative. You show your ass up. If you can't show up, we're going to show out, and we're going to let you know at the polling places you will no longer be in this position. But we can't do that because we're so busy on, well, we want to keep a black man in office because, we don't want whites governing over us. I want somebody who's going to be in a position who's going to do the damn job so me and my family can be safe. I want to be able to go to the corner store. I want to be able to sit in the playground without shots being fired. I want to do that. I want to stop hearing the stories about Miss Mary downstairs got hit over the head again for her Social Security because these cowardly ass Negroes want to go ahead and keep doing that stuff. But then in the same breath, these little cowards want to keep saying about the white man, this and the white man, that. The white man got nothing to do with your stupidity or your cowardice. Hey, man, listen, you know what? As always, y'all could be doing anything else uh, on a Saturday morning for listening to my mouth. And I really appreciate you being here this morning. Uh, come back next Saturday. But make sure you check out AleanForYou.net because we got a whole bunch of merchandise. The holidays coming up, man. It's a lot of stuff you'll be able to get. Man, I'm telling you, you got to turn this up. I just put out clack fans. I just put out the hoodie dresses, the long hoodie dresses that the sisters wear. When I say sisters, I mean women. To the where they go line dancing, they put the hat on with the little go-go boots, and they hook it all up. Yeah, that's what happens. I got a lot of that. Got some candles. Got a lot of stuff. Any so-called self-defense. It's just. No, I don't want to hear that one. Y'all listen to that one. Boo 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 boo. Now I'm gonna give you something else. Let me give you. This is one of the favorite cuts off of this album. Again, check out my music, man. It's on your favorite music streaming platform. Go ahead and check it out. Sabir Aleem. Come on now, act right. But thank y'all all for tuning in. Vicky, Stormy, C Dub, 7190. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Jose, look like you've been in it for a minute. Hey, man, I'm your man, Sabir Aleem. Thank you for tuning in. Your daddy's right here live. I'll see y'all on the other end. Peace. I'm searching for the path to peace, finding man's gifts abound. Long ago touched by an angel heart was clutched. Early childhood trauma, the devil was running amok. I'm grateful to be blessed, far from highly favored. Just one of many who strives to serve and labor. Room to be a man, so many examples. Most misled, regurgitating others like samples. Self-professed leaders, lots of opinion. Want to be servants of God, mankind, minion, mankind, minion, mankind, minion, mankind's minion. Don't forget to go to AleanForYou.net. Pick up some of that merchandise. Yeah, a whole lot of merchandise. About 287 pieces of merchandise. Yeah. The books make a great reading, filled with many stories, trials and tribulations of man and God and all glory. Man made man religion. He was the follower of none. Many gods does man serve. Know that there's but one. Narratives of divide, signs and symbols formed with pride. Toward those not equally yoked and biased, they cannot hide. The words no doubt lifting, providing man with guidance. So many unanswered questions, yet they all sit in silence. Room to be a man, so many examples. Most misled, regurgitating others like samples. Self-professed leaders, lots of opinions. Want to be servants of God, mankind, minion, mankind, minion. Prove me wrong. Stop resisting the facts. Find out for yourself.
Our currency reads in God we trust.
Man should serve it well.
It should really read
mankind go to hell.
Materialism, power, and lust.
Things money can buy
Won't get you into paradise.
I'm sure many a man would try.
Bearing his name on paper, another of man's illusions. Figured if you saw it there, religion would form
The union.
grown to be a man. So many examples,
Most misled, regurgitating others like samples. Self-professed leaders, lots of opinions. Wanna be servants of God, mankind.
Mankind.
Let's go Eagles. We need that second ring, baby. Third ring. We need that. We need that. Let's get it. Let's get it. It's going to be some surprising outcomes this season, man. It's going to be some surprising outcomes. We will not be seeing repeat performances with a lot of teams this season. Again, aleemforyou.net. Right? Check out our merchandise. Get it now. The rush is about to start happening. The holiday season is here. Get it now. Also, make sure you go to your favorite music streaming platform and put in Severe Aleem.
We got to see the man's world, made in this image and likeness, creators and
Boys and girls.
taking lives seems to be easier. Hell, you're taking your own. Gave your life to a man, yet he is standing
All alone.
The next time you bow down in
Prayer. Throw your hands up to the sky.
Ask not God for help.
Ask the guy walking by.
Ask the God walking by. Room to be a man. So many examples. Most misled. Regurgitated
Others like samples.
self-professed leaders. Lots of opinions. Wanna be servants of God. Mankind. Minions. Mankind's minions. Mankind's minions. Mankind's minions. Grim to be a man. So many examples. Most misled. Regurgitated others like samples. Self-professed leaders. Lots of opinions. Wanna be servants of God. Mankind's minions. Mankind's minions. Mankind's minions. Mankind's minions.
these bags under my eyes are magnified. But listen, gotta put in the work, man. Gotta put in the work. Sometimes you got to sacrifice sleep. It's overrated. Things got to get done. Again, thanks for tuning in. You can be doing anything else on a Saturday morning than listening to me. And I thank you for your presence, your patience, the love. TikTok.